So this week I gonna have my control, and that's pretty nerve-wracking. And I wanted to share with you, with everybody out there who is maybe in the same situation, how I approach this and what kind of thoughts and feelings are going through me, and how I try to cope with those constructively. So obviously every control scan is very, very emotionally and psychologically demanding. I can feel that in the body. I try to distract myself with sending out my books. You see here the big mess in the background, just trying to get busy, but obviously it's under the surface. You can feel that it's not an easy situation. In this case, in my case, and in this special scan, it's not easy because I know we did now a first round of chemo, 9 weeks, sorry. And I know that if this chemo did not work, and if the cancer spread while we made the chemo, then this is very, very serious, that we slowly running out of options, which means I probably will have a bit less time than hoped. I mean, of course, we will always check what else we can do, but this would be really, really bad news. And obviously my mind sometimes, more often than I want, goes there, and I start thinking, what do I do if, and so. And what I learned is that I dare to also go there and stay curious, and the first response is like, oh, I don't want to deal with that situation. I don't want to deal with that possibility. But then I learned that I want to deal with all the possibilities, with the ones we hope for, but then also think about the ones we not hope for, and think about what will I do in both cases. And when the results are good, then it's easy. Then you're maybe a little bit off the hook, and things improve, and then it's easy to make a decision. The tricky part is like, how do you deal with the situation and the results are not good, when it's not the outcome that you wish for, how you deal emotionally, mentally with it. And I think it's important to live that, and to allow yourself the space, which I will do. I will have some time in the mountains after the scan, no matter what the results are. So I blocked myself time consciously to not have to work or perform or pretend that everything is good. So in the case that I need to process something, that I have the time and the space to do that, that works very well for me. That I don't rush into something and say I have to reach a certain kind of state, but that I think giving myself time and space to process whatever I have to process, let it be with writing, let it be with going out into the nature, let it be with becoming calm and meditate, or having a good chat with my friends, or be with my family and my loved ones, and just be together. But making that bubble, making that space, that safe space, that is not invaded by needs, professional needs and demanding stuff, that you just have space for that. That is something that helps me a lot. And of course, if it's really dramatic, and if I feel the need, I will also talk with my coach or my psycho-oncologist. I don't have to solve everything myself. So that's how I approach this week and this situation, that I dare, or I try to stay curious, and I try to make myself a space so I can process whatever I have to process. And the other thing I do is I ask myself, what do I do if? What do I do if results are good, and what do I do if the results are not so good? And I do this before I get the results. I think it's an interesting exercise to do before, to write down what would you do in a good outcome and in a bad outcome. And it was interesting in my case that I came to the same outcome or the same result or the same idea what I want to do. I will share that at one point. It's not ready yet to share, or I don't feel like it's ready to share, but I have a big idea what I want to do, no matter how the results are. And I'm lucky that I managed professionally to arrange that, to make space for that big thing. And I really hope that my health will allow me to do it, that I don't have to go in a tunnel very quick. I mean, if the chemo works, I will go into the tunnel again, because if the chemo works, we'll probably do another round. And I'm very motivated to do that, because obviously if we find something that brings the cancer down and stops its growth, at least, then I want to do this. If the cancer grew while chemo, we have to discuss with the doctors what we do. I already started to move again, to move my body, to start running again. I mean, running like 1K, jogging. But I feel like if the chemo was not working, then I want to invest in becoming fit and healthy again, because I hope that this is actually stabilizing my system and maybe gaining me some more time. So yeah, that's what I do, and I did. I went starting to swim again in the cold water. It's nice now, the winter is here, so that's also a good resource to boost or support my immune system. So yeah, that are my thoughts, my process. Honestly, it's not easy. I can feel it. I'm happy when it's over and we know more. And going through this is always demanding. And also after 10 years, it's never getting easy. It's interesting. I get more experienced how the roller coaster goes, but the feeling is still the same, and there is no way around it. I just have to sit into the car of the roller coaster and go through it, and then at one point we know more, and once we know more, it's also somehow, how you say, liberating, no matter the news, but you know what you have and what you're on it, and it's easier to make decisions. So yeah, of course we hope for the best, and yeah, we will see. I will post again once I know a little bit more, and once I feel like I'm ready to post. So yeah, I wish everybody out there all the best, no matter what you're going through, and thanks for all the nice comments. I read them all. Maybe I'm not always able to respond to them, but it's very encouraging. So thanks a lot. See you then. Bye bye.